being pushed on, fuel coming up. Now, what is this blue arrow trying to show?
Hey guys, it's Greg Wartko with Green Industry Pros here at GIE+EXPO 2015. This is Wednesday morning. It's dealer day here at GIE, and I'm joined by Eric Sides, Executive Director of the EETC, the Equipment and Engine Training Council. How's it going, Eric?
Doing good.
Good. Your staff is finally getting a little bit of a breather. Sounds like they've been really busy this morning. Tell our listeners a little bit about some of the technician training classes that have been going on this morning.
Well, we basically got 4 advanced sessions, everything from EFI classes to a hydrostatic class by Hydrogear. And then we've got basic classes as well. There's 4 basic classes going on. We've got Husqvarna, Kohler's doing a class on diesels. So there's various different classes going on. We've been able to actually sell out of our advanced classes.
Okay.
And our basic classes are 80% capacity. So overall, 330 registrants.
That's great. And then I think you did this last year at the show, am I correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so compared to last year, have you seen a pretty significant uptick in interest?
I think we are up. I don't know right off the number off the top of my head, but I do believe we probably are up over last year.
Okay, and you mentioned some of the subject matter at these classes. Now, you've been in the industry a long time. You've worked for some prominent manufacturers before taking over the reins at EETC.
Yes.
So when you think back, let's say 20 years ago, as a technician coming into this business, what's different about this business and what technicians need to know today?
Well, I definitely would say it would be the technology that's crept in. Automotive back in the 80s with the computer controls of cars, and we started to see that with controllers on what I'd say be outdoor power equipment or some of the bigger turf equipment you might see on a golf course, and have small controllers. But now we're actually seeing where they're hooking laptops up to chainsaws and to backpack blowers and to engines, doing diagnostics with them. So having to be trained on those specifics of how the software interfaces with the program that's on the controller for the fuel system, whatever it might be, and just having to learn that skill set.
You bet. And I've had some EETC members in the education sector, talk about how some of this equipment these days is getting a lot, more interesting, as you just described. That's helping draw more young people into this. Are you starting to see that take shape?
Yeah, and definitely you see it. There's a lot of times at the high school level and even at the college level, they'll blend in what I would classify as OPE with power sports. So they'll have a blended class, so they're training a little bit on both areas. And having that power sports tied to it helps draw the young crowd. But this new technology that's coming in with the laptops and where you're actually doing diagnostics on an engine and you can change certain parameters, it definitely helps draw in the younger students.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, it's great to hear that, and it's great to hear your technician classes here at the show have been such a success. Now, you guys have a booth on the exhibit floor.
We do.
Okay.
Booth 287, and of course, drop by and see us.
You got it. Well, I appreciate it, Eric. Congrats on the success here and continued success with the EETC.
Thank you.
And here we're joined by George Klein of Walla Walla Community College up in Walla Walla, Washington. And you came all the way to Louisville, Kentucky for the EETC classes. What'd you think of them?
I thought they were great. So far today I've attended 2 of them.
Okay.
And that's all you can do so far. And the one that I attended was a compact diesel, and I went to the steel carburetor, advanced carburetor repair.
Okay. No, gotcha. And there's several sessions going on. It sounds like many are going on at the same time. So what led you to choose the 2 that you did go and attend?
The first one that I chose, the compact diesel, I chose it because I teach at a community college. It's a 2-year AAAS degree, very advanced program, and we're doing compact diesel as part of the program.
Okay.
And with the new Tier 4 emissions, I'm trying to figure out what is new in the Tier 4 emissions. How does that affect my students? How does that affect them going out into the workforce?
Right.
And so I was looking for information on what's changed, what's new.
Okay.
And the Kohler Corporation put this particular one on.
Okay.
And they did a great job of covering just fundamentals. They started with, basic troubleshooting, just visuals and stuff, and then they went all the way up into what's different with their new fuel system,
Okay, right.
electronic fuel system,
Okay,
and
yep.
what the changes are, how that affects you as a technician, and how it troubleshooting changes. So for me, I'll be able to take that back to my students and present it to them. And here's what's new. Here's what's happening. It's
Excellent.
exciting. And my students, since I'm from Walla Walla, can't come here necessarily.
Right.
What I'm trying to do is I'll record some of the stuff, and I'll go back and they'll be able to see it. And if you get an opportunity, here's why you would attend this kind of a show.
Gotcha.
And I was here last year, so I've attended before.
Okay.
And I did that. Last year we did a bunch of video footage. I presented it to the class, and now the students are like, wow. So
Yeah.
I tell them, if you ever get an opportunity, it will be well worth your money.
That's
So-
that's what I was going to ask. It sounds like, of course, not everybody can get here, but certainly the subject matter, it would be well worth any of your students, any small engine technicians' time
yes.
to come here and sit in on these classes.
It was so invaluable to go to these classes. The carburetor session that I went to is very different. You're not talking about little carburetors. And it was a hands-on. So you actually picked up the tool, you actually did the testing.
Okay.
So it wasn't just a person talking to you. You actually physically picked up a carburetor and actually were interactive with the session. So you actually get true hands-on training that you could take back in your shop and actually use. So
Perfect.
it's great training, great material, professional speakers. These people that are doing it actually do this for a living. They go around the United States teaching dealers, and so they're really, it's not like a person at a dealership that's never taught walks in and tries to put it on. These guys, this is their job. This is what they do.
Good.
So they're very good at it.
Very good. So all in all, well worth the time of coming all the way from Walla Walla,
Oh
Washington.
yeah. So I come an extra day early just to do this session.
Oh, very good. And now you're going to stick around for the trade show?
I'll stick
and look
around with the trade show, and I have a meeting on Friday to attend, and so by being here early, I get to attend these classes. And so
It's very good. Well, I appreciate you speaking with us, George. Good to see you again, and enjoy the rest of the show.
thank you.